Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And today, in Joe Hills and Hermitcraft, I'm going to explore the piston and gate, which you see before you here. And I'm going to explore practical solutions to real-life Minecraft problems that many folks experience using said piston and gate. Now, the word "and" in English means "and." You know, it's very similar to the Spanish "e", which is actually spelled with a Y for some reason, and the Japanese "toe", which they don't have 10 of on their feet unless they have 10 conditional things on their feet. Maybe, I guess 11, because they're joined by 10 ands. Regardless, the piston and gate is interesting because what it does, let me interrupt this real quick, is it allows me to confer power through this block only while that piston is powered. If this piston loses power, then it retracts, and pressing this button here does nothing. Now, if I detract, what is that, redetract? And thank you, invisible block. That's exactly what I want in a video. Invisible blocks. So, press this button here, now with the piston out, and as you can see, the charge or current goes straight through. So, I mentioned that I was going to solve a practical problem that many folks experience in Minecraft. I don't know about you, but I'm particularly proud of this map I made. But sometimes it's easier to see if I lay it out on the floor. So, you know, it's bigger, right? But if I don't remember to put a nice little paperweight on top of it, it'll blow away if I walk around my lab for 5 minutes. It's really frustrating because I enclosed everything with glass, but it's still blowing away somehow. So I can just wander around the lab and come back because I remember to put a paperweight down. But what happens if I don't put a paperweight down? Well, in that case, I need to build a massive machine that will, allow me to put a paperweight down remotely. I only have one button hooked up to this right now, but I could presumably actually hook this up to buttons all over the lab. So no matter where I am, if I remember, I forgot to put a paperweight down, I can just press one of these buttons, and that dispenser will shoot iron far to the left or right, rather than directly atop the map, as I might have hoped. Really? Come on. Come on. So, this is version 1 of the paperweight machine. Let me just try that again with a little bit more iron. And hopefully this time it will actually land on the paper. So that way I don't have to worry about my map floating away. Yay, close enough. Okay, excellent. So our paperweight machine has paperweights that are now phasing in and out of the map, which we will consider a victory. Okay, yeah, that one's now solidly atop it. I am thrilled. And so I'm sure you guys are wondering, wait, what is this other redstone wire here? We've got this heat thing that runs from the piston through this inverter to this pressure plate. Why have that pressure plate? Have you ever been struck in the head with a paperweight? They are intended to be heavy. That is their very design. So what I want to do here is make sure that if I'm standing right in front of this dispenser, it withdraws this block here, eliminating the ability for the charge from the button to reach the dispenser. So if Generic B or one of his, goonies or minions or friends, as they call them, decides they want to smack that button over there while I'm looking at this thing, I don't get hit in the head with a paperweight. It's perfect. Now, I know paperweights might not do too much damage in Minecraft, however, so, you know what? Here's a different, more Minecraft-y direct damage example. Let's say that I wanted to place a painting here. Well, that one's too small. That one's too small. Okay, I'm really not loving all these paintings I'm putting in. Wow, way too small. Here we go. Big painting, right? Well, let's say that I realize that painting's off-center, and I want to remove it, but not until I'm further away, because I don't want to I'm scared of that spider up in there. I don't want to be anywhere near him. So, I just put arrows in the dispenser here, and I can press this button, and an arrow will shoot out and knock down the painting. One less thing to worry about, right? Right. Now, the problem with that is, if I'm standing right here, placing these paintings, I don't need to have Biffa or Hypnotize or somebody just come smack this button, because I'll get struck in the face with an arrow. Instead, I'm very happy to have this current pull that block back there, denying the AND gate the ability to carry the charge. Because both someone has to be pressing the button and no one has to be standing on that pressure plate. So we've essentially built a safety mechanism that you could use for all sorts of things in Minecraft. I don't know what they would be. You have imaginations. Use them. If you want to post comments with funny ideas or reply videos with something that you explicitly made using a piston and gate and a safety mechanism with like an inverter or something like that, feel free to do so below this video. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. And be excellent to each other. And I bet you just said party on, dudes, in your head. I'm in your head. And peace out, Girl Scouts.